Welcome to The Living Thread, a channel for people who care about thinking clearly, staying stable under pressure, and living with quiet depth in a noisy world. Today, we are going to ponder over a topic that is not optional, which is, truth is not data and data is not truth. Most people assume that if their data is correct, their conclusion must also be correct. That assumption, more than ignorance, more than lack of information, is one of the hidden reasons intelligent people feel confused, stressed, and mentally unsettled, despite knowing the facts. This video is about why correct data can still produce false understanding, how that mistake quietly destabilizes decisions, health, relationships, worldview, and clarity, and how to build a way of thinking that actually holds, sustains, and thrives in real life. If you want your understanding to protect you, not just impress others, stay with me. Most people believe this quietly, almost innocently, that if my data is correct, my conclusion must also be correct. It sounds reasonable, it feels scientific, and it feels safe. And yet, this belief is one of the most dangerous errors of modern thinking. Not loud, not dramatic, but quietly corrosive. And this is so because truth is not data, and reality is far larger than any dataset can ever hold. Reality is not flat. Reality has many layers. At every moment, countless aspects of life operate together. Race, class, money, geography, age, gender, language, culture, order of birth, personal history, genetics, temperament, trauma, taste, timing, and infinite other factors. None of these exist in isolation. A whole and meaningful understanding emerges only from how these layers interact. Data, by its nature, captures slices. Truth requires the ability to hold many aspects together. This distinction matters deeply because correct data can still produce false understanding. Data is not truth. Correct data is still not truth. And limited data is not truth at all. Only a broader awareness of these layers moves us closer to truth and wisdom. An everyday example: how good data creates bad decisions. Think about a workplace decision. In an office scenario, the numbers say productivity is down. The metrics are accurate. The charts are clean. So management assumes it is an efficiency problem and starts pushing teams harder. But what's missing in their understanding? Unclear requirements, poor handovers, knowledge silos, weak documentation, meeting overload, shifting priorities, manual work where automation should exist. Here, the initial data wasn't wrong. The story holding the data together was incomplete, and the situation is unfortunately doomed to fail. And this happens everywhere. In parenting, in relationships, in health, in understanding politics, and even in self-judgment. When understanding is built on narrow frames, the mind misinterprets events. Confusion appears where there should be stability, and stress accumulates where there should be clarity. Not because the facts are wrong, but because the frame is too small. Here is a central truth for you to think about. Humans live by opinions and narratives drawn from data and experience. They do not live by facts and data alone. If the opinion or narrative is poorly formed, or drawn from limited factors, even good data cannot stabilize the mind. And eventually, even the body pays the price. This is why clarity and completeness are not luxuries. They are protective, they are preventive, and they are stabilizing under pressure. Truth, then, is not about collecting more data alone. It is about asking a harder question. What aspects of the situation am I not seeing yet? That question requires humility. And humility is the beginning of wisdom. The next natural question now is, how do humans expand their understanding? One strong answer, for many centuries now, is books. This is why reading books matters. Not because authors are infallible, but because a human writer attempts to hold many layers of reality at once. A book offers clarity, not just information. A human writer offers lived perspective, not emptiness. Experience matters too, but only when it comes from depth. Another strong answer lies in interaction with good people. Good company has always been an asset from time immemorial. But what is a good interaction here? It is interaction with people who have lived across contexts, something data alone can never transfer. This is why seeing life through multiple layers matters. Learning itself works through many aspects. Even the theory of multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner points to this truth. Ancient philosophies and timeless traditions have also made attempts, again and again, to hold these layers together. Some learn through structure, some through experience, and some through interaction. In the end, all approaches are valid, but none guarantee truth unless they expand the frame through which reality is interpreted. Eventually, a quiet identity choice appears. Do you want to be precise or whole? Do you want short-term correct answers or stable understanding? Do you want speed or truth? Anyone claiming complete understanding has simply mistaken a well-lit corner for the entire landscape. Those who learn to hold more of reality at once, patiently, honestly, humbly, will always see further. In a world drowning in information, clarity across layers is no longer optional. Yes, thank you very much for listening. If this video helped steady your thinking, liking it is a quiet signal that this mattered. If someone you care about feels overwhelmed by information, share this video with them as an act of protection. And if you want to keep returning to ideas that stabilize the mind under pressure, subscribe to The Living Thread, not for constant content, but for consistent clarity. Because the people who will navigate this century well are not the most informed. They are the most grounded. If this gave you even a moment of stillness, a clearer thought, or a calmer breath, stay with us, not for the channel, but for the wiser version of yourself. Thank you for listening. Like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.